You've heard of fat-burning supplements, HIIT workouts, and green juice cleanses. But when I was at my lowest, post-keto, post-fasting, and barely able to move, none of that helped. I wasn't looking to get shredded. I was trying to survive. So today, I'm sharing the simple, affordable, and sometimes weird tools I use to support my recovery, my metabolism, and maybe even my muscle mass. Let's go. Smart scales. More than just weight. First up, the smart scale. No, I'm not obsessed with the number on the scale, and you shouldn't be either. But this tool helped me see beyond weight. I started watching my lean body mass, hydration, and protein levels. Because here's the thing, I suspected that bad bacteria were attacking my muscle at night. Sounds wild, I know. But when I started focusing on gut health and fighting bacteria, I saw a shift. Now, I can't promise that's what was happening. But tracking those deeper metrics helped me notice patterns I never would have caught with just a bathroom scale. So, how do smart scales measure these metrics? Most smart scales use a method called bioelectrical impedance analysis, bio. They send a tiny, harmless electrical current through your body and measure how quickly it travels. Since muscle contains more water and conducts electricity better than fat, the scale estimates your body composition based on the resistance it encounters. However, it's important to know these readings can vary depending on hydration, recent meals, and the time of day. And while weight readings are generally accurate, body composition data like fat and protein percentages can have margins of error compared to medical-grade scans. Still, when used consistently under similar conditions, smart scales can help you see trends. And for me, that insight was powerful. Vibration plate. Movement when I couldn't move. Next is something that might look ridiculous at first. A vibration plate. I was too sickly from all the fasting and nutrient depletion to exercise. No walks, no gym. But I could stand on this, and it got my blood flowing, my legs moving, my body vibrating. Vibration plates were actually developed for astronauts. In space, muscle and bone waste away fast, so NASA started using whole body vibration as a way to help fight that. These plates cause your muscles to contract rapidly, up to 50 times per second, which can stimulate circulation, lymphatic drainage, muscle tone, flexibility, bone strength, and even reduced inflammation. Some studies even suggest they help with recovery in people who are bedridden or injured. It's not a substitute for movement, but when it was cold outside and I couldn't go for a walk, this gave me something. And sometimes, when you're healing, something is everything. Filtering my water, the fluoride shift. This one's personal. I invested in a high-quality water filter that removes fluoride. We're not naming brands, but I'll say this. I didn't expect to notice a difference. But I did. The water tastes cleaner. My thinking felt clearer. And, this might sound crazy, even my intuition felt sharper. Now, let's get into it. Your teeth aren't made of fluoride. They're made of hydroxyapatite, a form of calcium phosphate, plus minerals like magnesium, sodium, and trace elements. Fluoride is a chemical additive, not a structural nutrient. And when it comes to your body, it's a neurotoxin. It's been classified as such by the Lancet Neurology. And studies have linked fluoride to lower IQ in children, impaired brain development, disrupted thyroid function. And here's where it matters. Your thyroid regulates your weight, metabolism, and energy. Fluoride was once used medically to suppress thyroid activity. So if you feel tired, foggy, and stuck at a weight plateau, maybe it's not just your food. It also builds up in your pineal gland, the part of your brain that makes melatonin and helps you sleep. So let me say it clearly. If we're struggling to lose weight and can't sleep, maybe it's not just our habits. Maybe it's the water. Even if you're okay using fluoride in toothpaste, you rinse and spit. But when it's in your drinking water, you swallow it every day. Just like seed oils, fluoride does not belong inside the body. Removing it changed things for me. And no, I don't think it's a coincidence. Sauna, steam versus serious heat. I love my little steam sauna. It's cozy, it's affordable, and it helps me decompress. But I'll be honest, it doesn't really get hot enough to really fight bacteria or trigger the full heat shock response your body can get from a high heat sauna. That heat shock response is a big deal. It can reduce inflammation, support detox, improve cardiovascular health, mimic the benefits of light cardio, boost immune function. When I couldn't work out, sauna became part of my recovery. But if you want real support for healing, I recommend a high heat sauna, not gadgets, not gimmicks. Just real heat, grip strength, and the dead hang. Underrated but powerful. One tool I don't talk about enough, but really believe in, is my hanging bar. Specifically, I've been working on what's called the dead hang, where you simply hang from a bar with your feet off the ground. No pull-ups. Just hang. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't been consistent, and I may not hang long enough yet to feel the full benefits. But the research, it's promising. Dead hangs can help with grip strength, spinal decompression, shoulder mobility, core stability, posture correction. And here's the key. Grip strength is a marker of overall health and even lifespan. It's part of clinical assessments for frailty and sarcopenia. It's that important. So even if I'm not seeing huge results yet, I'm in it for the long game. This one is slow, but it's worth it. Segment 6, the best tool, you know it, the sun. And finally, the best tool I've found is also the most overlooked, the sun. I used to think sun exposure was just about vitamin D, but it's so much more than that. Morning sunlight helps reset your circadian rhythm, which affects your hormones, digestion, energy, and sleep. Here's what it does. Boosts serotonin, regulates melatonin, supports immune function, lowers inflammation, helps your body use calcium for bone health, may even support bacterial balance. For me, sunlight became medicine. On days I couldn't move, I'd sit outside. On days I felt hopeless, I'd feel the warmth and remember, my body can still heal. It's not about getting tan. It's not about perfection. It's about light. Your body and brain need it. Period. But if you get a little glow, bonus. I believe this more than anything. You are not broken. You are out of rhythm. And the sun helps reset that rhythm. And speaking of rhythm, let's talk about melatonin. In the next video, I'll share the one time I took it, what happened to my sleep, and why I'll never take it again. We'll explore what melatonin actually does, how it interacts with your brain, and why so many people take it without understanding what it's really for. Because sleep is not a luxury, it's your foundation. That's coming next. See you there. From keto and fasting, been there, done that. The real wellness revolution.